Hi class, let's take a moment to talk about the transport layer protocols. With that then, the transport layer protocols come in two types. There's your connectionless, which are lightweight, unreliable, and provide only best effort delivery service. And then there's the connection-oriented, which provide robust, reliable, end-to-end delivery services, including implicit acknowledgement, segmentation, and reassembly of arbitrary sized messages, connection negotiations and management mechanisms, retransmission of missing or erroneous segments. Because connectionless protocols are lightweight, they often form the connection. They outperform the connection-oriented protocols due to the lower internal message overhead, and the fact that they have no need to control and manage message traffic, such as the acknowledgement, retransmission, congestion control, and so on. UTP and TCP function as peers. IP operates as a network layer of the OSI model. It's responsible for transferring variable length data sequences from the source host to the destination host. TCP guarantees acknowledgement delivery at the cost of both time and bandwidth. UTP is used for applications that don't need verification of delivery. With that, then you see a gain in speed and reduce the use of the network bandwidth itself. The UDP is the connectionless protocol associated with the TCP/IP protocol suite. It's commonly associated with the application layer protocols and services such as the BootP, the DHCP, the SNMP, NFS, and RIP that either provide their own reliability mechanisms or do such without such mechanisms. In keeping with the simple capabilities, the UDP header is short and simple. It's consisting primarily of the protocol identifier in the IP header, optional checksum value, and then source and destination port addresses for the application layer protocols or processes on the sending and receiving ends of the transmission. So the TCP is the heavyweight connection-oriented protocol that helps name the TCP/IP protocol suite. It remains associated with the majority of the TCP/IP application layer protocols, especially those such as the Telnet or your file transfer protocol or your SMTP, in which reliability data delivery is desired. In keeping with its more diverse, more robust capabilities, the TCP header is longer and more complex. It includes a variety of flags and values, and then the message types used to deliver acknowledgments, manage the traffic flow, request retransmission, and then negotiate connections between the hosts. Appropriate and historical uses of the UDP concentrate on the application layer services that manage their own reliability and connections such as NFS and chatty protocols and services such as DHCP and the SMP and RIP. The chatty protocols and services rely on simple control and fail-safes and on broadcasts of periodic transmissions to handle potential reliability, deliverability, or reachability problems. Appropriate and historical uses of TCP concentrates on providing reliable delivery of user services, such as the terminal emulation, telnet and remote utilities, or file transfers such as FTP, email, which would be your SMTP, and then news, which would be your NNTP, where potentially important data must be delivered whole and intact or not at all, and flagged with error messages. Um, although there are no updated versions of TCP and UDP that corresponds to the IP version 6, the functions of the transport protocols are treated differently when used by IP version 4 or IP version 6. So this is important to note. TCP and UDP are incorporated as pseudos headers with the IP version 6 header for calculating checksums, and they must be modified to accommodate the larger IP version 6 address space. TCP and UDP headers are incorporated structurally between the IP version 6 header and any IP version 6 extension headers that may be present. I hope this has been helpful. We'll carry on.